So yeah, okay. So I'm basically just about to put your album on repeat. You know what I'm saying? Album,
EP.
EP.
I'll call it an EP. I haven't made or created my debut album yet. So for right now, we're gonna call them EP.
We're gonna call her
and
EP.
projects.
Yeah.
And channels.
All of that. We will do that. We will do that. Interesting you say channel. We're going to get into that too.
Yeah.
I can't wait. So yeah, let me put her on so that she's chilling in the background. Yes, absolutely. We're here.
We are. And I'm so happy.
Me too. I'm very happy to be here on this very special at-home edition of On the Scene. You know what I'm saying? We're here. How do you say your artist name? How do you say that?
So it's Srae.
Srae. Okay, I think the girls are putting an H in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been hearing that or not from like the
I haven't
girls.
even heard how people have been saying it, but it's definitely Srae.
Srae. Okay, where does Srae come from? How do we get there?
Well, Srae is actually ears spelled backwards.
Okay. Hello, ate that for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
Srae is ears spelled backwards, and it just comes from me not always feeling as heard as I wanted to feel. It comes from the fact that the one thing that I do have is when I do open my mouth and I do sing, people, they do hear me. That's the one time that I do feel heard. So I did take that and just switch it backwards.
Okay.
And then even with the channel part that goes into channel Srae, everything that I feel when I make music, I feel is a lesson. So I allow those lessons and the things that I go through to flow through me as a channel, so that I'm able to really write about it and sing about it and be as vulnerable as I can. So I'm just channeling my inner thoughts and what I hear and just giving that out.
Every time you make a piece of music, it's just do. So that's your creative process. So when does music come to you?
All the time. Like, I wish I could say it doesn't, but music comes to me all the time. Music comes to me when I'm asleep. In my dreams, I have memos on my phone of me mumbling stuff because I just go to sleep, wake up, because I've heard something in my dreams, press record really fast and mumble it or sing it, press record again and fall back asleep. So I can be in here doing something and I'll think of something and I'll grab like my notebook, or I can be out eating and doing something and something will come to me, an idea, song lyrics, a sentence, something, and I'll ask for receipt paper, napkins, I'll write it down. Like, I just have to, it comes to me from everywhere all the time.
Okay, so how do we take all of those things and like what makes a song? You know what I'm saying? How do we get to that final like piece of art?
What makes a song? I have to think about what I want to say. I feel like the only time that I really make music is when I feel like I finally really have something to say. So that's where it starts, with just the ideas and the concepts of what do I want to write about, or what do I feel like right now, or what do I want somebody to feel, or what do I want somebody else to maybe relate to. That's where it starts, and then I have to find the music that goes with it, because it's not just the words for me. The words are intentional, but the music is intentional too. So I have to put those two things together and kind of find a common balance, and I just have to display my truth. I have to be glass, and in order for me to really be glass, I have to just say how I feel, and just, it's authenticity. I just have to be real and say how I really feel about people and say how I really feel about things, and that just creates a song.
Yeah, and then it's like bada bing, here it is.
Yeah, it just creates a song for me.
Yeah, so who are some of the people that help you on like the music side? Because I mean, do you play your instruments? Do you make your beats yourself?
So I don't. I always try to look for producers and look for other people that I'm able to work with. So for this project, it was a producer called Rare Bear. So everything, that's all his production. I was so happy to have that. And then even down to the engineering, Town, Aaron, he is the one who engineered my whole project from his bedroom. We did everything in his room.
Damn.
So, yeah.
That's kind of sick. That's hard, though.
Yeah.
No skizzy.
I didn't go to a studio. I say that to people. I didn't go to a studio. Don't think I went to, anybody's like major. No, we were in his bedroom and made this contraption in his closet, and we had the microphone in his closet, and me sitting in a chair, and had like this styrofoam board, and had the microphone in front of that, and I recorded the whole thing in his closet.
How fucking like
Yeah.
intuitive is that? That was genius.
Yeah.
The styrofoam worked to absorb the sound, so it didn't. To stop the reverberate.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That was genius. Was that Srae? Did you get that from Pinterest?
That's him. I don't know
how he
does
that?
it. I don't know, but that's
that
all
was all
talent.
And, okay, hence him being the only fucking feature on the project. He deserves it.
It was only right, but yeah,
And he ate it too because he has such a sweet voice.
Yeah, that's my brother from another mother.
Yeah, Aaron ate that for
That's
me.
my soul
That
brother.
is so cool to know.
Yeah.
Wow. So he did Alaska front to back.
He engineered the whole thing. So as far as the recording and the mastering of it and recording all my vocals and the everything down.
And then all the vocals are you. There's no like surprise.
Yeah, that's
vocal.
just me.
That's the girl.
Except for the feature, of course,
Right.
on Leisure, but everything else.
Yeah, so all the harmonies we hear are you and you. Yeah,
me.
very much. Okay, so who are your musical inspirations then? Like, who are the artists that like? Here we go. This is what I'm going to change.
I feel like every time someone asks me, it changes.
Good. That means you have a wide variety of people who are like, yeah, I can see where like their musical taste will like, you know.
I feel like every time someone asks me, well, for this channel, wow, it turned orange when I pointed at it.
Wasn't that something? Come on, we love magic. We love magic here. We love magic here.
But for this channel in particular, I'm always gonna say Amy Winehouse because I love Amy. I love the way that she writes, and I just love her voice. And I'm always gonna say Billie Holiday because of my vibratos and all of that. I love her tone of voice. I love her tone so much. So I would also say Billie. I have so many musical inspirations though when it comes to my writing and then when it comes to my voice. I love Frank. I love Jasmine Sullivan. I'm not even just saying that because of the music that she's just released. I mean, I love Jasmine.
Yeah, she ate for me.
She is
everything.
in a lane of her
Bears was
She's in a lane of her own.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Circles was the song when that first came out.
What? Holding you down?
Holding you down.
I feel so stupid, foolish,
So foolish, loving you this
way.
What can I say? I want to go, but I keep coming back.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So-
Holding You Down was very special to me. So when Megan sampled it, I was like, art.
Art. Okay.
Yeah,
Love, really art. We just had a moment.
We had a moment.
Really art.
I feel the same way about Frank and Channel Orange. So how big was Channel
I-
Orange for you? Kind of like, especially with this era with the orange hearts. I think
That's
everybody has
really-
tied that to you.
That Frank Ocean is just he's a different type of being. He is just, I can't even put into words how he makes me feel when I listen to his music. I can't put into words. Just, I love him as a human being. I just think he's awesome.
Yeah.
But
that's my husband.
I just love him. Just
I love him
Scorpio,
so
you
much.
know.
Gang.
He's
You
a
know what I'm
Scorpio.
saying? Gang.
But I love Channel Orange. Even to this day, Channel Orange is still my favorite Frank Ocean project because of his vulnerability. That's the first time we saw an artist come out the way that he did.
Yeah.
And be as honest as he did. And we've never heard anything like Forrest Gump before. I've never heard anything like Pink Matter or Sierra Leone before in my life. I've never heard of Pilot Jones ever in my life.
I've never heard of Pilot Jones in my life.
Pyramids. I've
Was
never
special.
heard an artist make anything like that and put it all together on one album.
Yeah,
I've never heard that ever. So it's more of a respect and like a passion towards him because you can only channel that type of work. There's just something that has to flow through you for you to channel that type of work.
Yeah, it was very personal, very intimate work.
So that's why I try to be that and work on that and learn to be that, learn to really be a channel and learn to allow people to see me. It's not just me flowing through or things flowing through in order for me to talk about them, but a TV channel. I don't talk a lot. I don't say a lot to a lot of people, but I feel that if you really want to know who I am, you'll listen to my music.
Yeah.
You'll watch me. You'll see me.
Right.
So.
Right, through that Black Mirror, baby.
Yeah.
It's a window into me. Yeah.
So if you really want to know me and know about me and the shenanigans that I put myself through, you listen to my music. That's how you'll figure myself out. I'm very private. I love intimate settings. I love intimate people. So I realize that you can't give that. You can't just be that to just anyone. So if you really want to know me on a intimate level, on a personal level, listen to me.
The music is there.
Hear me. Lend me your ears, literally.
Yeah. And this has been 2 years of Alaska.
2 years.
Wow. How does that feel?
Amazing. And it makes me feel happy. It makes me feel heard, and it makes me feel loved to know that something that I made in 2018 is still something that's still listened to and still celebrated in 2020.
Yeah, the girls are gagging. The girls are gagging.
It makes me happy, and it makes me humbled, and it just makes me want to keep going because it feels like people are listening. And that's what I've always wanted, was people to hear me. So I'm happy, I'm elated, and I deserve it. So that's what makes me happier, because I know that I put a lot of love and a lot of passion into what I make. So I'm very happy. It makes me so happy.
That's good. I'm very happy for you for that, because
thank you.
I can't tell you like how many times I just get on the TL and there's a track from Alaska that's like somebody's listening
like, what?
to it. And
like,
I'm just
it's
like,
still,
that's crazy. It's
I
still
see it go and I'm
people.
just like, oh, okay. And I scroll and I'm just like, wait, that's me.
You feel me? They're sharing your song from Apple Music, like for the girls to click on and be like, hey, this is what I'm listening to right now. Y'all need to hear this. You know
The
what I'm
fact that
saying?
anyone can even post it, and for the possibility that they're able to relate to it, is a blessing.
Isn't that something?
Because I like to make music in order for people to feel less alone, because I have felt alone before. So to make music that people are relating to, it gives me so much light, because it's like, wow, I'm not as alone as I thought I was. We are not as alone as we think we are.
Right.
So it just makes me happy.
Yeah.
It just makes me so happy.
I'm glad, because human connection is quite literally what I've been studying for the last like 2.5 years. You know what I'm saying? So seeing the way that music is a way for people to connect and transcend physical boundaries it's
Music
a magic.
Is a spiritual thing.
It's magic. It's a tool.
It's
you know what I'm saying? It's very much a
spiritual
gift.
thing.
It's very much a gift. I want to go in 2 directions, so we're going to go in both because we're ending. So let's go to the quicker one. Have you been creating in 2020 then?
I haven't.
How's the quarantine kind of like affected your process, your creativity, your music?
When the quarantine first started, I kind of was hitting a writer's block. I won't even lie. But I had to go inward for this quarantine, because all I've had time to do is sit with myself and learn myself. So in going inward, I kind of birthed this newness. So I was able to finally bring to life a lot of the ideas that I was suppressing or scared to bring to life. And now I'm actually able to form with other people and people in the community and finally bring those beautiful ideas that I've always had in my head to life. So this quarantine kind of blessed me in a way, even though the circumstances, you know, my heart goes out to a lot of people that have lost family members and everything. But when I sit back and I think about it, I just try to think positive. And in writing, it's able to put me in a more positive light in this time. And in trying to be more positive, I've been creating wonderful things.
So when can we expect to hear some of those wonderful things? If at all. Because I know a lot of artists sometimes make their music and they keep it, right?
I will just say soon come. I never want to put a date on anything, because I take my time with my work. And I also like to allow myself rest and my brain to rest and kind of reassess and decide what I want my next channel to feel and sound and look like.
Right.
So
the orange is not permanent. The orange is Alaska era.
Maybe.
I think that would be tea. That would be tea. Because it was just like, yeah, like, this is where we are. This is how I feel. This is my stage right now. And if the next stage is magenta, because it's a little less intense, right? But a little bit more intimate.
I love how you are just digging into this color right now.
Oh yeah, baby. We do color theory here, baby. We got the color changing lamp for a reason. We do color theory here. Okay, my favorite color is red. And it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
How does red make you feel?
Red makes me feel alive. I feel correct when I am in, around, wearing red. Whatever, my car is red, my phone is red, half of my wardrobe is red. You know what I'm saying? Orange is my backup. Go Tigers. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of my free wardrobe is orange. You know what I'm saying? But orange is just red and yellow. You know what I'm saying? But red is passion. Red is feel. Red is vibrancy. You know what I'm saying? And double Scorpio, you know what I'm saying? I'm all about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Intensity is my thing, and red is the most intense. That's why it's at the beginning of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying?
Well, how you feel about red is how I like for my channels to go. Okay. That's why I love the idea of associating colors with feelings. So you just have to wait and see how I've been feeling.
Channel Red coming soon, y'all. I just sold it to her. She don't even know it. Channel Red. See, it was ready. It was ready, baby. Absolutely. I love that. Channel Red is on the way. I wonder, I mean, you're not going to call it Wyoming. Like, ew, no. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't call it that.
Yeah,
this is a whole nother
thing.
dimension, a whole new channel, a whole new feel. Just know that I've grown. When I say we, I mean me, myself, and I. Yeah. The three of us, we've grown.
Absolutely.
So that's all that I can say is that we've grown.
That's good.
And you'll be able to hear it.
I'm glad to. I can't wait to hear it. I want to hear it first. I want to be in that inner circle of people that like you give them the stuff before you start giving it to people.
I would do that.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. We've made it to another inner circle, y'all. Absolutely. We love that. Okay, so here's the other way that I wanted to go. Can you take us through your journey with music up until, okay, here we go, we're about to start making Alaska. Like, because the last time I heard you sing, other than A Souls and Substance, was your high school graduation. You were the graduation performer. It was you and Aubrey, and Mimi was dancing.
That is
true. And I was like, I don't know if you felt like that, but it was a monumental kind of stage for me. There were a lot of people in that Coliseum. And you were singing your heart out, and you and Aubrey sounded
You see my face. I was just like...
that True Color song, do you remember that? Can you bring us to there from like, when did you first realize, okay, I can sing, like Mama knows I can sing now, like how do we get there?
It took a minute for my parents to know, but me personally, I always knew. Yeah? And I know that sounds crazy, but I always knew.
How? At like 4?
5. And I can tell you, I really did. I knew. And I say that because, let's see, where do I start? Okay. My father was in the military. We lived on Fort Jackson. And I remember being in kindergarten. I remember this. I had 2 teachers, Miss Beatty and Miss Cladille. And I remember that one of the assignments or one of the arts and crafts things that we were doing for the day, we had to draw what we wanted to be when we grew up, and that they were going to come around and they would write on the paper whatever we told them that we wanted to be.
Right, yeah, couldn't spell yet.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm drawing on the paper, and I remember as clear as day what I drew. I drew a woman, and I drew her earrings, and I drew her hair. And I told them that when I grew up, I wanted to be a singer. What? And that's what they wrote on that paper.
Oh my God!
And it has gone on even from then, because the next year I was still on Fort Jackson at the same school, and I had a teacher named Miss Wages, I believe. And we had to sing this song called Love in Any Language, and they chose me to sing the last holding out note at the end of the song.
At 6.
Mm-hmm.
This first grade.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
And I was so dramatic about it because I went home and I told my mom that I had to like dress up. I didn't have to dress up. I went home and told my mom that I had to put on a dress and dress all fancy and stuff, so they get to school, they see all the other kids dressed regular. No, I have on my church shoes. I have on my church frilly socks. I have on my church dress. I knew.
That's wild.
So it started there.
Okay.
And just as time has gone on, it's just increased from there. I grew up in church. So
real Bible Belt shit, you know what I'm saying?
I grew up in church, so Easter plays, I got a lead role. Youth Sunday or Fifth Sundays, I'm holding a microphone. The adults used to have their praise and worship. I'm singing lead songs for them. So it's always been that. And then it gets to high school, I'm in chorus and I'm singing Summertime in front of the whole student body on Black History Month. Mm-hmm. And then 12th grade comes and I'm graduating and I get chosen with another wonderful singer and a dancer to sing in front of a whole student body and their parents. It's just been constant. And I've always known, I always knew. It's just taking now for me to really understand who I am and to love myself and to realize what I deserve, to finally ask myself for forgiveness for the times that I've suppressed my voice and finally decide that I want to use my gifts and talents and sing. So boom, there we go, we have Alaska, and that's my first thing ever that I've ever done. I haven't put out any songs. I've never done a project. That was my first thing that I've ever done.
No throwaways somewhere, no finals on mommy's floppy disk.
And stuff, but never anything like serious. It was just more of let me try and record and see how my voice sounds for the first time on a microphone or a recording set. Mm-hmm. And I remember even one of the first times hearing my voice was again with Town and Tyler Austin, the real TA. Mm-hmm. That was one of my first times hearing my voice, because I would go to their old home or his old home in Irmo, and we would be recording in like his sister's room, and that was the first time that I heard my actual voice. And I remember doing features, matter of fact, now that I think about it, so let me take it back. I remember doing my first feature with them on a song called Body Language. And that was the first time that I realized, like, okay,
I got this.
Okay. Like, this is, like, that's really how I felt. Was like, okay, I like the way that my voice sounds on here, but I would just be doing features or just background vocals. It took years until 2018, and for me to go through things and to go through lessons, for me to finally decide, okay, I want to talk. Not only do I want to talk, but I want to write. Not only do I write, or do I want to write, but let me just finally sing. Let me finally just say something for once in the way that I want to say it.
Wow. And so we have Alaska. Mm-hmm. What were you channeling for Alaska? How did we choose orange? The emojis,
orange
the rollout,
is my favorite color.
Orange deserves that. I'm with that.
Orange is my favorite color.
Put my Clemson ring on.
But Alaska, I feel like everything that I do, and I heard the quote and I read the quote somewhere, but I feel like everything that I do, it really does have intention. Mm-hmm. Everything that I do, there's a reason why I do it. So with picking the color orange, that's my favorite color, but it's also a channel, and you channel your sexuality that way. And if it's blocked off, you're not able to really speak able to really say how you feel if that's blocked off. Mm-hmm. So it came from that being my favorite color. Cacti, I love cacti, and I just think the concept of cacti is just it's something. one of the plants that are able to endure in the harshest of heat. They can be in the desert and they can just be there and they're able to flourish. Not only that, they hold nutrients on the inside. There's water on the inside of them. So I even take that as a lesson to myself to endure no matter what you have going on, no matter if you're in the harshest of heat. And then even with flamingos, that's one of my favorite animals, my favorite bird, balance. We could all use balance. I'm learning to have balance and to use balance in my daily life now. So everything has an intention to it. Even with the little mermaid tail in the corner. I love mermaids. I love sirens. I think they're very enchanting. I think they're very mysterious. I just love all of those things and was able to put them together into one thing.
Why the bow and arrow emoji?
I don't know, that's really just me shooting my love at people.
Yes, okay, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was getting Cupid.
That's really just me shooting my love.
Is this like the memes? I have like 7 in my camera roll of just like guns with hearts instead of bullets.
That really is just me shooting my love at people. I really mean it. I'm shooting my love at people.
That's hilarious because the squirt gun is such a pussy ass emoji and like that green is ugly. Like it's just not.
No, the arrow is
it's accurate. You know what I'm saying? Very Cupid. Okay, yeah. I love being right. Let me adjust my wig.
Yeah, I'm shooting my love. I'm sending love out. That's all I can give. I don't have any room for hate. I don't want it. Hate is negative. If you beefing ever with me, I always say now you are beefing by yourself because I've just released so much. I apologize if the old versions of me have ever hurt, or disrespected, but those versions of me are dead. Yeah. I feel like I have just died over and over again to the point where now I don't move with ego. I just want to send out love, and this new version of myself, that's all I want to give, and I just want to continue to just learn and grow and just send out love, because if I send it out, then I'll get it back. So
do y'all hear the next channel? I hear the next channel. I hear it. I'm listening, y'all. Srae's ears spelled backwards. Y'all should be listening. Okay? I'm so excited for this next venture of yours. Whether that manifests in music or not, I am so excited because I can hear the personal development that has been going on for you the last few years. And I feel like the quarantine has magnified that. Do you feel that way too?
It has. And that's why I say even though the circumstances, a lot of people have passed away, and that is a very, very sad thing. And just this whole, I don't even want to get into it, but I just had to find a light in this time. So just being able to still think positive has been a blessing, because my thoughts, anybody's thoughts, I just believe that your mental is just it's a very sensitive thing. So just in protecting that and just been trying to build it up and not let anxiety take over and sadness take over, but more peaceful things and things to make me happy. Yeah.
It's the choices. Yeah. It's the choices. So is that kind of like how you make all of your choices? Like, okay, this is going to make me happy. This isn't. We're going with the happy thing.
Absolutely not.
What? Whoa!
I do not always choose the right thing.
Okay.
Sometimes. Oh no, let me be real. But I don't. Yeah, I will even know sometimes that things are good for me and still choose the wrong path.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's just me being human. I think sometimes that's just me operating out of flesh or just not thinking and just not using my intuition. But that is where the music kind of comes in, because I'm able to write about my mistakes and say never again. Yeah. Or this is what I learned, you guys. Here, this is what I learned. This was my experience. If you listen to it and you learn from it, cool. But here, y'all, I'm transparent, and I just choose to be glass. Yeah. Because that's the only way that I'm going to reach who I need to reach, is if I'm vulnerable and I allow people to really see me and hear me. So I know I don't always choose the right things. I'm learning now to make better decisions and to trust my intuition and to trust my heart. And I'm definitely proud of myself in that journey.
Right.
But yeah, I'm a work in progress.
Yeah, I'm something else. Yeah, that's some real honest
progress.
shit though, and it takes a lot of self-awareness to be able to acknowledge that and quickly. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was instinctual. That was instinctual because it was true.
I'm learning, and I think that's the point of life. I think if you listen, the world is really your teacher.
Yeah.
I feel like you really just have to really tap in and plug in and really, really listen.
Yeah.
So I'm learning.
I'm with it. Listen, I'm learning a lot just being here, sitting here. You're making me reflect on some of my stuff that I've been through and like,
we're
damn,
human.
I ate that. Or like, damn, I did not eat that. You know what I'm saying?
Human.
Very much so. Very much so. Man, okay. I want to get into Alaska. I want to go track by track.
Okay.
And we can talk about that. But first, can you just kind of give us like, okay, I think your art is kind of abstract on Alaska. There are some pretty strong metaphors, some strong like analogies and stuff like that. What made you sit down and go, okay, this is how I'm going to express these things, right? Because I think there's some layers on Alaska. It's not just, y'all don't fuck him. You know what I'm saying? That's not what you did. You know what I'm saying? So like, how did we get to this way of sending the message?
Really, I write the way that I talk. Mm-hmm. So in my world, at least in my head, I've had nothing but time really to just form this world or these worlds, should I say. So how I write really is just how I talk. But I take certain things and I make them the equivalent of the other thing. So maybe if I am hurt, I don't just want to say I'm hurt. So I want to think of things that physically hurt or that have hurt me or things that can hurt somebody else to really convey that feeling of hurt. I can tell you, oh, I'm hurt. But if I tell you I'm scooter to the ankle hurt.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a scooter chop you in your ankle?
Girl, trying to do that damn spin around shit and that shit said, what? I said, oh.
That
is paralyzing.
That is the type of hurt that I feel.
Right.
So I want to convey that. I don't just want to say how I feel. I really need you to feel how I feel. I don't want you to have to question it. So let me give you an example of exactly how I'm feeling right now. So you don't even have to ask any questions. I'm scooter to the ankle hurt.
Yeah.
That hurts.
That hurts. That's that real hurt. Listen,
that hurts.
The 2000s babies are confused. They don't know what the fuck we're talking about. They don't know about race and them. Yeah, that shit hurts. See, y'all should have played outside. Y'all be understanding the lyrics.
Right.
Okay.
Wow, we really did play outside.
We were the last ones. It was us. 95, 96, 97. I think that was it. I was outside like fuck. We had a different sport a month. Me and my friends did.
Outside.
It was wild. Okay, outside in the South. Outside in the South. Right. Yeah. So South Village. Track number 1. It has the star. It's my star, personally.
I didn't expect that.
It's my star. I am a South Village stan. The other girls are great. No shade to the other 6 girls in line. But the ace set the pace. Okay? Can you talk to us about South Village, please?
Yeah. South Village was really... I think your intros are important. So I really wanted to introduce my work with really something heartfelt and really a question. I wanted to open it with a question, and that was, can we feast on the highest?
Right. What did that mean?
And well, for me, it was a question that I would ask myself.
Okay.
Like, can we feast on the highest? Like, can you be positive for once?
Okay.
Can you think positive for once?
Okay.
Can you just take on and accept the positive things for once? Life is not that bad. the things that you're worried about right now today, you're not going to worry about them next week or next month. Mm-hmm. So for once, can you just take your cool off and just breathe and just think positive? Just stop and think positive. Mm-hmm. And that was literally just me telling myself to stop and think positive for once.
Mm-hmm. Right. Hello. Okay.
It's really conversations with myself. Music is conversations with myself. So even going through even the verses, life been feeling like pinata blood and I dig it. Pinatas, when you crack them open, what do you get?
Candy. Mm.
Yeah, so when you crack open a pinata, to me a pinata's blood is their candy.
Yeah.
So life been feeling like pinata blood and I dig it. Even when this world feels so deceitful in Shakespeare, because it does, the world feels deceitful. Mm-hmm. The world feels dramatic and Shakespeare is dramatic. So I'm just telling myself that, you know, life is sweet even though it doesn't feel sweet right now. Mm-hmm. And then who I think about is between me and my ceiling, like the frankincense I burn while I question why it feels like I've been here before. That's really it. I think all the time. I feel like I'm one of those people, or I am a person that lives in their head. Mm-hmm. And I always have, because, or whenever you don't feel as heard as you should feel, mm-hmm. I feel like that reverts you to being quiet. I feel like that kind of makes you not want to speak mm-hmm. anymore. And the one person that I always felt like would understand me is me.
Right.
So there are moments where I would go into my head or go back into myself, because that is where I find my comfort in myself. So even the next verses and the people here aren't fitting. When the world is just too much or just too not of my liking, I go and I reflect in myself, because that's what brings me peace. I bring myself peace. I make myself happy. So if stuff is too much on the outside, then I go inside.
Yeah, because I got me at the end of the day. Who else?
Yeah, and that's what it was saying. I want to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Carpe Diem, guys. I want it so badly. So in favor, I say I. Like normally you get a group and it's like all in favor and all of them are like I. Y'all don't matter. I matter. Mm-hmm. So in favor, I say I. And it's all good down south, because it is. Even when I have my lowest moments, or even when I am at the bottom of the bottom, it's still all good. Everything's gonna be good, and you just have to keep telling yourself that everything is gonna be okay. And I believe that if I keep saying it enough to myself, that it will be. It's kind of that reminder. Can we feast on the highs?
Yeah. So, because down south is where I feel whole again. Down south is where I feel me again. Okay, is that literally the south?
Again. It is. It really is. I find myself very grounded here, and I don't know if that's because I've always lived in the South, mm-hmm. but it is. It doesn't matter where I go or where I am. I always reflect back to home. I always reflect back to the lessons that I've learned here and the people here. It's just, the South for me is just home. Mm-hmm. The 803 for me is just home, and I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
I am. And I remember not being proud of that being younger. I didn't mm-hmm. always like being from South Carolina, because mm-hmm. I felt like there really wasn't anything here. Mm-hmm. But now that I am older, I'm now understanding that you can bring things here. Mm-hmm. And a lot of my roots are here. My family is here. A lot of loving relationships I formed came from people that are from here. Yeah. So
you got a lot going on, man.
Yeah. It is very special.
And I moved here and I still feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
It's very, 803 has very special energy.
Yeah, it is. I'm with that. Okay.
Like, yeah, that's South Village.
That's South Village. Okay, and then we get to modern. And modern is, you know what I'm saying? Listen. I feel like modern is the first. I feel like South Village is like that reflection of like home, right? Mm-hmm. And that's why I love South Village. It gives me very much Beyonce Black Parade. Like, aww. I'm going back down south because like that's where I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Back to the south, because like y'all got me fucked up everywhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Which is ironic. It's everywhere else, I just don't agree. Yeah. But when I come home, it's just like, okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Can
like,
I get back to myself now?
Here we go. Like, we're back to normal. we're back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with it.
That's
So walk
really how it
me.
feels.
So walk me through modern. So we feel at home in South Village, and then we get a little frustrated in modern, right?
We do.
How do we? What's modern?
Modern is, how can I say it? And I want to be as honest as I possibly can be. Modern is about a past love. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
And modern is about having something and someone in your space that you know you're not supposed to have in your space.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that you're not supposed to have it in your space because it doesn't feel right,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't look right. But for some reason, something in your brain just ignores all of the right answers.
Mm-hmm.
And you end up dealing with what you want in the way that you want to deal with it.
That damn
And that's
human nature.
that's what modern is. You ain't supposed to be here, but you're in my space. So how can I face this blunt or two alone? You here now, so I can't smoke by myself. You here.
Right here, I gotta pass. I was about to say now we smoking with our toxic significant other.
Now we
said,
smoking.
Lord.
Okay, so now you wasn't supposed to be here. Now not only are you here, now we getting comfortable.
Right. Damn it.
So it was pretty much just like that. And yeah, you ain't supposed to be here, but you're in my space. So how can I face this blunt or two alone? It's a scooter to the ankle, old sport. When I see you, I cave with so much grace because I did.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my guilty pleasure person. It was like, even though I know you're not supposed to be here, even though I know that we're not supposed to even be speaking or seeing one another, if you call or if I see you, immediately all of that goes out of the window. Human.
Damn soul ties. Do you believe in soul
Yeah.
ties? Soulmates.
I do believe in soul ties. I do believe in soulmates.
Do you believe there are different types of soulmates?
I do believe that there are different types of soulmates.
We ain't gotta go no further than that, y'all. Just know it's real. It's real.
I do believe that there are different types of soulmates. I do believe that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even still to go, yeah, alter my existence. And I hate it, you scum, but I like it.
Mm-hmm.
You're so terrible, but you make me feel so great that I don't care.
Yeah.
You know? I say that we'll never be stable. You hate when I'm right, so why fight this?
Mm-hmm.
And then ask your love on my rug, go on. Fill up on me and chug. Smoke your dope and get back to me in the morning. And then, you know where home is. And it was just pretty much saying, you know, you go out and you do what you do because I know I'm not the only person that you talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just me being vulnerable because at the time, he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And it was more of me with that sense of, I don't care. You know, you're not my person anyway.
Right.
So go and do whatever it is that you need to go do and go be whoever it is that you're going to be. But I know that you know that I'm home.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you know that
we both know
okay.
we're homies. Okay?
I'm trying to.
You were
Well,
getting
yeah.
to it. Yeah.
That's really the energy that I had about it. Was just like we both know. We don't need to go into any type of explanation. We both know.
Because what's understood doesn't need to be explained, sweetie.
So
Sweaty.
That was so toxic. That the whole dynamic was so toxic, and I'm so happy that I'm able to heal, and I hope that that person is healed as well. But that dynamic was just. I had to write about it. I could only write about it.
Yeah. And you can't make stuff like that up.
I could only write about it.
That was serious.
And
experience.
trying to talk to other people about it sometimes is kind of hard because you don't want other people to judge, or sometimes you're fearful that they might say the right thing that might not be what you want to hear at that time. Mm-hmm. So you kind of, I kind of just sat with that problem to the point where I just had to write about it. I can't hold stuff like that. I try not to hold things that are too heavy for me.
Okay. Yeah, because
so
why?
if it's too heavy or if it's just too much, I just can't deal with it. I can't. So modern was birthed.
Yeah. And okay.
From that.
There's modern, and then we follow modern up with white. And white is a little worse.
Yeah,
White is a little worse.
It's even more worse. When it comes to love, I am hopeless.
You feel
And
me?
I will say that when it comes to love, I'm hopeless. I'm a hopeless romantic. I wear my heart on my sleeve. But it's because I know the type of love that I provide. I know the type of love that I give. So in my head, I expect it to come back. But I'm also learning now that you cannot expect you from other people.
Right.
So even with White, that was the same thing. It was just me wanting someone that did not want me back.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have possibly given him a whole bunch of things. I could have given him my sense of humor. I could have given him my love and my admiration, my gifts, my little physical touches. I could have given him any and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I can love you so good, I promise you'll forget what's her name.
Yeah.
You know, you'll forget any of them, anybody that you've ever dealt with, anybody that you ever deal with. If you are with me, they won't even exist.
Just like that.
But it didn't really play out that way. And like I said, I ended up wanting someone who wasn't fully ready or who really didn't honestly want what I wanted.
Yeah.
And that's reality. I wanted something from him that he was not able to provide or give to me at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I knew he wasn't able to really give that to me at the moment, I still wanted what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I take accountability for that one.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. We're adults. We can
take accountability for that one. But that's really what that one is. It's just describing him, describing our relationship in its entirety, and just describing the things that I would have done if he would have seen me.
And this is a different guy from Modern.
Yeah, this is a different person.
Okay, just making sure, because I was scared, like the Modern to White.
Yeah, I write
like,
about the past failed love
mm-hmm.
verse that I've had.
Yeah, verse. Period. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I was scared that I was the same guy.
No, I haven't. You can ask. Yeah, I haven't had many, but I've had failed lovers, but I don't even see it as a bad thing because that just means they weren't my person.
Right.
So because they're not my person, I'm able to write about them.
Look around and say, this my shit, but it's not, right? Isn't this... I'm gonna say right. That's right. Hold on, let me y'all know I got my legal pad.
Right.
I mean,
look around and say
this my shit, but it's not.
But it ain't my shit. And that's really
gotta get a grip.
That goes back to even the Scorpio conversation you was talking about. My Venus is in Scorpio. Mm-hmm. I'm picky, so I'm picky, and I picked you. So all I see is you. Yeah. All I want is you. So even though you don't want me, and even though I'm at your home, this is mine. Yeah.
What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine.
This is mine. Hello. And as chaotic of a thought that is the way that I was thinking. Sometimes even still, that is the way that I think. Because I'm just so focused on that one individual. I'm not thinking about anybody else or any other entities or any other energies. It's just you. I only see you. So yeah, this is mine.
Yeah, we love that.
That's really how it was, and it wasn't mine, but in my head, it was mine.
It was because he was, even though. Okay, and then why? Where was that?
His last name is White.
What? No, he got the title of the song.
His last name is White, and it was just why? Like why? That's really
what that was. Literally, why, girl? Okay, so how did we get modern? South Village makes sense.
The name of it? The name of Modern?
Yeah.
Modern to me is just simplicity. Modern to me is just what you see is what you get. And in that situation, what I was seeing is exactly what I was getting from that person. There was no other way to draw it out. There was no other way to try and fabricate it. Simply, this is the situation that I was in. And this is the person that I was dealing with. And I wasn't going to get more than what I thought I was going to get. This is exactly what I was going to get from this person.
Wow. And hence modern. Yeah, modern is minimalistic. That's right. Girl, you ate that for me. You ate that for me. She's gagging. She's gagging the girls today, y'all.
It has intention.
Everything is intentional. I'm glad I don't have to ask, like, what was the thing behind it? What was the thing behind it? It's like, no, because everything has a thing. Okay, so we get modern, we get white, and then we get to leisure with town.
Yeah, leisure, believe it or not, leisure was probably done and written and recorded in like 15 minutes.
What? The whole thing?
Yeah.
Including Aaron's part. Aaron is town. Town is Aaron.
Yeah,
They're the same person.
It was in probably 15 minutes, no lie. We were in Charleston, me and Aaron, and we were at Tyler's house. And I love our creative process because we're more of people that just sit and listen to beats while we're doing random things. And if something kind of comes up or if something sounds good, then it's like, oh, what is that? And I was playing with a balloon in his living room and the beat for that came on. And I started just saying stuff, like humming it. And then literally it was like, can I have a piece of paper?
Oh yeah, just like you said, it's time to get busy. The music came to me.
It came. It literally just came just like that, and it was just writing, and can we go record? Like that's literally how that went about. But I love that song so much because leisure is free time, and the lyrics to me are just what I would want a lover to say to me in their free time.
Okay, yeah. I was like, how is she writing that around? It was the tell me. It was the tell me thing for me. Okay.
It was just something that I always wanted a lover to say to me. I love words.
Yeah.
That's what gets me. So it was just me thinking of, if I was just walking and a guy came up to me and said, can I have a little bit of your time? What would I really want them to say to me? What would really get me?
Yeah,
so that's really
get you going.
That's really where that came from. So it was fun to make, and that's why I'm so smiley and I'm so happy because it was just fun to make. Like hips so wide you can slide through, voice so high you can find Zeus, stroke my ego in your coupe, pink inside it's a good chew, my how you get to me and my head, your voodoo, but you keep my focus, unlike few. My color, you misconstrue. And it was just like me being so infatuated. Like your words are just so nice. Your words are just so wonderful that I actually like you. And it takes me a minute to actually like someone, but I actually really like you. So tell me I'm chemically perfect for you. Tell me that all my atoms and everything that makes up me. Tell me that's enough for you.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm chemically perfect for you. Tell me you think I'm all right. Tell me my energy fills your shot glass. Tell me you're good at satire. Love satire.
Love satire. Yeah, shout out satire.
Yeah, tell me no toxins, pluck feathers, baby. Like, help me with little things like that. Like, no, you don't need to drink, or no, you don't need that, or, these birds, we don't gotta look out for them, you good, baby. That kind of stuff. Like, tell me no toxins, pluck feathers, baby. Tell me I'm porcelain, so fine. Tell me I'm orange or orange, however you heard it, your taste a little. And then tell me sedatives are vice. And these niggas be buzzing. But you the one that caught my eye. These bitches be buzzing. Just tell me you're in for the night. Tell me you at home. Tell me you're not worried about them. Let me know that your only focus is me.
Yeah.
You at home, go home. All you need is me, go home.
You good. I say you're good.
Yeah.
Okay? Look, he good. You feel me? Yeah, I'm with that. So how did we get to Towns' verse? He just
same thing. He
just got up and said, okay.
It was literally, he didn't even have it written. I went and recorded it and he played it, and literally it was like, oh, okay, this what you want? All right, cool, and boom. He just recorded the next part.
And he just started singing, and his voice is so beautiful. He has such a beautiful tone.
I love him.
Who does his voice remind you of, if anyone?
I don't think Towns' voice reminds me of anybody. I honestly think that he is in a league of his own. I think that Towns sounds like Town.
And that's not just because he engineered.
Yeah, and that's not just because he engineers and masters my work. Hearing him sing, and not just on records or live, just hearing him sing, if it's randomly around his home or just him playing while we're on FaceTime on the phone, hearing him sing is a very magical thing. Yeah. And I just believe that he is in a league of his own.
I'm with it. I think y'all sounded fantastic together on Leisure.
Thank you.
Leisure is definitely
that's my
the
soul
vocal
brother.
Performance for you. Yes, Soul Brother. And that's the like soulful song up there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was kind of idyllic for me. It was really idyllic. So that's
happy.
I'm glad that's what that was.
I didn't expect the love from that. As I just didn't, the ones that people tell me about, like, oh, I loved insert song name here, I'm always surprised because it's never the one that I expected.
Okay, so which ones did you expect? Let's get into that. Which ones were
Modern is my favorite one that I made because it was so vulnerable and just so truthful. So Modern was my favorite one to make, and Bath was my favorite one to make.
And Bath was after Leisure. Okay, so let's talk about Bath because Bath was intimate. Bath was real intimate. It was super sensual. Okay.
It was.
So why did we put it after Leisure and not after White?
Because White, that person didn't deserve the type of treatment or the tone of what Bath was.
Okay.
But with Leisure, that's me singing about a lover that I'd want to have or that I would want to come to me. And that is who deserves what's in Bath. Okay,
so what's in Bath, sis? Because, okay, I gotta read this one verbatim, y'all. So in verse 1, I love the scheme for the verses on Bath 1. Love the scheme there.
Thank you.
My Voda, your enzyme, but in verse 2, it was my fever, your sublime. That vocabulary is jumping. What the fuck is a Voda?
For that line, Voda was, it's another name for water, but from previous terms, it's another name for like your pearl or like your,
Yeah, baby girl, fat mouth.
So, oh my God, that term. Yes.
Shout out to Black Twitter. Y'all taught me that one. I ain't never heard that in my life.
But yeah, so it's like my water and enzymes are just reactions of the body. So my water and your reactions, that's really what it is. What you're giving me is causing me to react in a certain way. And what I'm giving you is causing you to react a certain way. And even in the second verse, like my fever, you're sublime. Like sublime is bliss. And for me, when I'm turned up, I get hot. So every moment that it takes the temperature to rise, it's just my fever. Yeah. And it just keeps going up and just increasing until bliss.
Yeah.
Lime.
Yeah. Megan said made that motherfucker bad. Okay, y'all. Okay. So who is Bath about? I knew Bath was more sensual than the other songs, and so I get putting it after Leisure, right? Because this is what the ideal deserves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bath is just really, it's what I want done to my body, but a lot of people don't know, like Bath really is about a woman, and it's about the female form, and it's just about me and just my love for women and just all of that feminine energy and just how soft we are, how our skin is. I just love us. It's just, we're just such soft beings, and to me that's the equivalent of a flower. So daffodil fingers, you know. I just love women in our entirety. I love Black women in our entirety, and I wanted to showcase that by giving us a moment to feel sexual and also have a freedom behind that. I don't just want to feel sexy and have to, you know, harbor that or hide that or feel like I have to suppress that. I want that to be explored, and I want that to be stated, and I want that to be open. So that's what I wanted Bath to be. That's really what I wanted.
Yeah, Bath was it. Bath is hot. Bath is
And
steamy.
I wanted it to be, I really did. I wanted women to feel sexy.
Yeah.
I wanted us to feel, I wanted anybody listening.
I was going to say, because you got the girls.
I wanted anybody listening, really, to just feel like bliss. That's really what I wanted them to feel.
Bliss is it.
I wanted them to feel like they were exploding internally from the inside.
Yeah, I think that was achieved. Put a heart in the comments. You know what I'm saying? If Bath makes you feel.
That's what I wanted.
Okay. And then how do we transition out of Bath into the next song? Ochre, I think. How do you say that? Ochre.
Ochre.
Okay.
Ochre is my favorite shade of orange.
Okay. Oh,
if you look up the color, ochre is a beautiful, beautiful shade. Mm-hmm. And that shade of orange being my favorite is really the equivalent of love. If love could be a color to me, it would be orange. Okay. But specifically, it would be ochre orange. Okay. So I wanted to channel that and to sing about love. Mm-hmm. I wanted to sing about love for once. I wanted to be softer because throughout the whole thing, I'm letting y'all know about my journey trying to be positive and trying to be more peaceful and dealing with people that really don't necessarily want me. So for once, I wanted to show y'all that I know and have experienced what love has felt like, and this is what it has made me feel like. Mm-hmm. So sleep with my hand on my forehead in your bed because you give me headaches. You really have to love somebody. Like, somebody that really gives you headaches like that, you really have to really love them. And I just went from there, sleep with my hand on my forehead in your bed because you give me headaches. And I look at you in awe, but I hate it. But if you walked out of my world, that would break it because you make my soul shake.
Like, damn, my soul shake? Yeah, you making a body shiver.
Yeah. Don't leave me alone for a second because I'll lose control. I'll get reckless, and you know it. Because I will. Don't
play
leave
with me.
And don't play with me. But even with all of that, it's just saying you're so beautiful, and I can't get enough of your love. Mm-hmm. You make me whole. Like, let's face it, you're what I'm made for. I was put on this earth for you. I know I make it hard to do this because I'm not the easiest thing to deal with, but you give me life. You breathe life into me, so you are my life support. You know, I know it hurts, but we'll make it work. Don't doubt me. Just put a little bit of trust in me, and I promise if you do just relinquish your shields and you put down your guards, I promise it will be a good thing. Yeah. And I really just wanted to showcase the love. I just wanted to put the love back into it.
Yeah, and I think up there you also kind of like tell people like love takes a little bit of sacrifice too.
It does. It takes sacrifice. It takes time. It takes patience. And it's a process. Love is a drug like the strongest stuff ever, and I fully 100% believe that. Yeah. There's a lot of powerful things out here and a lot of powerful forces, but I believe that love is a very, very strong force.
Yeah, she's
Love
top
will
3.
make you do some crazy things. Love will make you act out when you don't want to. Love will make you see a whole new side of yourself that you didn't even know existed before. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's power. Yeah. So, yeah.
And we give it to ochre. Yeah. How do you find ochre of all of the shades of orange that are out there?
I just think, well, really, I was just looking through shades. Mm-hmm. I do that from time to time. I randomly just find things to look at. Mm-hmm. And just in liking the color orange, I just wanted to see what other colors there were. And this was a while ago. Right. But just thinking of like what other colors there were. Because I do that with every shade. Mm-hmm. Green, okay, but there's a whole bunch of greens. Right. Blue, but okay, there's blue, but there's a whole bunch of blues. Like with blue, I love cerulean blue. Mm-hmm. I think that's
that's my girl! I love cerulean! Oh my God!
I'm telling you, so it came from that of orange, but what shade of orange? Orange to me is just so vague. I like orange. Okay, what shade do you like? So that's what really made me go looking and just looking. Ochre was just that one shade that just felt the warmest. Yeah. And that out of all of them, it was the one that caught my eye and was just like, I love this color.
Yeah.
Not just I like this color, but I love this color.
And let me express that through. Is ochre the color of the album art? Is that the shade? Okay, yeah, y'all. She's pretty. She's deep. She's deep, and you know they try to like mimic it in the background. Yeah, that is ochre. I love that. Okay, so all of that love, and then plutonium. How do we get to plutonium? For me, it gives very much the cartoons we watched when we were little. The villains always wanted plutonium to make like their bomb, and it's this volatile like energy source, and you blow us up on plutonium. It's the shorts track.
It is one of the most dangerous things on this entire planet.
Yes.
Plutonium is one of the most dangerous things, and I also think that what is it called when they hyphenate it or they shorten it? The elements.
Yeah. What you talking about? The periodic table?
Yeah, its name is PU.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, yeah, PU, that stinks. That's how I felt when I wrote it. It was just, I need not only to highlight my highs, but I also want to highlight my lows as well, because I do have them, you know. I want people to know that it's okay for you to also feel down. It's okay to feel happy, and I want people to feel happy, but I'm not the type of person to think that you have to, like what we were watching earlier, to get over things, you have to go through things.
Right.
So I had to go through my feelings, really, and even with Alaska, that really was a whole journey for me. Alaska means that which breaks against the shore. And even with Alaska, there's like 30 days of like lightness and 30 days of darkness. There's no in between. And that's also how I felt about myself, which is why I was able to relate to it. I have these very, very high highs where they're full of light, but I'm also human, and I have sometimes these lows that are very, very dark, and sometimes I do explode, and boom, there's plutonium. So it's just letting people know how I felt, or really your inside voices, and how sometimes those voices in your head can make you feel less than. Sometimes we are our own worst enemies, and again, your mind is a very powerful thing. So if I think bad things, or if I think, you know, low of myself, that's how I'm going to feel. And in those moments, that's how I felt. So I wanted to be honest and even just show my lows as well. Hey, pretty, I mean ugly, because sometimes my insides, they can be. So I'm not just always so happy-go-lucky and just always just vibrant. I'm able to be human. I'm able to go through my lows as well. I just learned now to love myself a little more and to hug myself a little tighter on those days that I feel lower. So in order, though, to really heal from it, I have to bring it to light, though. I can't ignore it. I can't suppress it. I have to talk about it. So I had to bring my low into the light.
Okay. Is that why it's last? Is that why you chose it to be that quick ending? Okay.
Because really, that's how quick my lows are. I think myself out of those feelings. I think myself out of those lows. Normally when I feel them happening, I allow it to do what it does, and I think about what I can change, and I think about if I can solve it. I think about, will it be different tomorrow, and boom, I'm able to get over it and release it the way that I need to release it.
Right. That's magical stuff. That's magical stuff. And how do we get to calling Alaska complete? We get our 7 and we're like, okay, it's these. These are the 7 right here. This is what we're going to name them. I'm ready to call this finished. How did we get there? Because I know that there's no way it just happened.
No, my process is very, very tedious. I love to sit with my work, and I love to just listen to it over and over again. And I'm a planner. So for me, proper planning, to prevent poor performance, you have to have proper planning. So
wow.
Pretty much for me, because I know that I want the performance to be immaculate and I want it to be as wonderful as I want it to be, I have to do it nice so I don't have to do it twice. So I sit with it and I really make sure that everything is how I want it to feel. I make sure everything is how I want it to sound. And then I make sure that I have other ears on it too that are able to give me their opinions and their notes. And once all of that really is together, it's kind of just sitting with it, and I normally know. After that, I sit with it and I'm just like, okay, like I think I'm ready to say what I have to say now.
Yeah.
And then
and then there it is. It's like, okay, it's time
I release
to
it. And then it don't belong to me anymore. Then it belongs to the listeners. Then it belongs to other people's ears.
Yeah. It's ours, y'all. It's our album now.
It belongs
Look
to
at
y'all.
that. It's not an album. Not an album. We're gonna call it a project, a channel.
Yeah.
A channel. This was the Ochre channel. I'm glad to know that Ochre is the flagship song, though. Glad to know that it's like indicative of what we're supposed to get from Alaska. Okay, that's interesting. I'm so happy to like know the story behind it now, because like I said, it's been 2 years now.
2 years. It's still fuzzy even when I think back on it, because that version of myself is not who I am now. So even when I talk about it, or even when I'm listening to it, it's still kind of fuzzy because I've healed from that version of myself, and I've been trying to heal from that version of myself. So like I said, it's been 2 years, and I can't wait to just release more things.
Oh,
I can't wait to show y'all everything.
We're ready for Channel Scarlet. Or we gotta pick your shade of red, girl. Mine is Victory.
Oh my! So Victory is a shade of red. I have to look it up now. See, it just means different things. Like you can't just say, "Oh, I like blue." What kind of blue?
And the girls do. The girls love to say they like blue, but for
my
me,
favorite
like,
color is purple. What shade though?
You know what I'm saying? It's regalia,
Yeah.
regal purple. Like, come on, get in there.
Just to say your favorite color, I just think that's so vague.
Yeah.
I need to know. I like to know the details. Like, okay, you like blue? Is it light blue or is it dark blue?
Or is it Alice blue, which is a mix of blue and gray? Like, did you know that was a thing? You know what I'm saying?
It's levels to this.
Yeah,
it's levels to these hues.
Okay, yeah, to these hues. Okay, so if Alaska, the era is kind of like finished, we can call it that, like the Alaska era, right?
Yeah, Alaska. Yeah, you can say that Alaska channel. You can say that we've concluded that.
Yeah. Okay, so we can. We've
you can change the channel, and now you can look forward to tuning in to another channel. Another channel.
Y'all, the next channel is coming soon. It is Srae, not Srae. Okay, or whatever the fuck y'all were saying. Okay, we have it down now. This was On the Scene with Sherpreme. Thank you so much. This was awesome.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that the people need to know?
I can't wait until everyone gets to just see what I can do. That's all that I can really say. I can't wait for everyone to see this world that I've created. I can't wait for everyone really to just see my thoughts in a tangible form.
Yeah.
That's really all I can say. I'm just happy, and I just am ready for everybody to see what's next.
If I call town right now and say, are you working on Kia's next thing, yes or no? What is he gonna say? On the Scene, you know what I'm saying? At home edition. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. We love y'all here. We love it.